Hey there, welcome back to JC4JC. I'm Jay, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a pattern that I noticed earlier this week during a Bible study. Have you ever been in a spot that just didn't feel right? It's like you feel like on your path you took the wrong turn, and you think, I'm not supposed to be here, but you can't fully explain why. You just feel that somewhere along the way you lost your way. Yeah, me too. So let's get into it. What's interesting is some of the most important stories ever told start exactly there. They include failed plans, unscheduled stops, false starts, complete derailment. A pit felt like that, so did the cross. But what if that feeling isn't a sign that we're off? What if it's something else entirely? The pit isn't always a place. Sometimes it's a moment where your life stops making sense. So in the book of Genesis, there was a man named Joseph, and he had a clear sense that his life was meant for something more, something greater. He even had dreams about it. He knew that one day his life would rise and there would be something greater ahead of him. But where he found himself looked nothing like that. He's thrown in a pit, not by strangers, but by his own jealous brothers. He's stripped of his colorful robe, the very thing that set him apart, and he's sold off like a slave. Now, if we stopped the story right there, Joseph would say, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. All right, and this is where it starts to get really good, because Joseph's story is repeated on a much grander scale. So let's fast forward to the first century. We're in Jesus' time now, and he carried something even greater, not just a sense of purpose, but the weight of purpose. And yet where he found himself looked nothing like that. He was betrayed not by strangers, but by one of his very own disciples. He was denied 3 times. He was flogged. He was stripped, exposed, lifted up for all to see, not in a crown, but crucified. Now present at the cross was Mary, Jesus' mother, the disciple John, Mary Magdalene, and a few others. They stayed when others left. And I bet they were all thinking, this wasn't supposed to happen. It can't end this way. Now, the more you look at it, the more you realize that this isn't just a pattern, it's the pattern. Both Joseph and Jesus were betrayed by their own. Joseph was sold by his brothers. Jesus was betrayed by Judas for 30 pieces of silver. Betrayal didn't come from enemies, but it came from someone close. Now there's a Bible verse in the very last chapter of Genesis, which is where Joseph's story takes place. You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people. This verse doesn't just explain Joseph, it explains the cross. Because at the cross, the betrayal was real. Injustice was real. Suffering, real. And at the very same time, God was already doing something different. Some moments don't make sense while we're in them because we were never meant to understand them from that point of view. So what looks like misalignment might actually be the engine that drives the shift in your life. You just haven't seen the full story yet. And that's a lesson for us today. We're not defeated. We're just early. But it's not over. Stick around. Stay long enough to see what God is capable of in your life. Joseph in the pit is one example of that pattern. But the cross isn't just the clearest picture of the pattern. It's the greatest story ever told. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I really hope this gave you some hope and some clarity that sometimes we just have to chill out and realize this isn't the end. God's got something coming. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on JC4JC. Have a good one.